Om Sri Sai Ram. Ganesha Sharanam Paramapavanam Satyasainam Gajananam Nityam Smaranam Paramapavanam Satyasainam Gajananam. Om Sri Sai Ram. As mentioned yesterday, when Swami blessed me with that rarest of the rarest boons, that I would be with him as his near and dear in Satyasai as well as in Premasai Avatar. I made my advance booking for the Premasai Avatar also. So I felt so relaxed that, as mentioned, I just went and I left I was grabbing him like a child around his waist very tightly. So I just released myself and went and leaned against the wall, and I was in a very joyful, blissful mood. And when Swami blessed my wife that he will protect me always and everywhere, and in me he declared that I am always with him, which again is very great blessings. Then he turned to me. अभी तो बहुत हंसता है, पहले कितना रोता था. Now you are smiling. How you were crying first? I said, Swami, why should I cry now? You have made me Jivan Mukta. Kaise? How? Look at this God. He does everything but acts as if he has done nothing. I said, Swami, very simple. If I be with you for 2 births, this Satyasai Avatar and Premasai Avatar, as you are near and dear, what will remain after 2 births? Swami, even if I am a Ravana, I know you will uplift my mind to such high levels that no karma can even touch me. So what will you settle after those 2 births? You pakka businessman Sindhi. I said, Swami, I love you. I know nothing else. This is the depth of his darshan, sparshan and sambhashan. Our human minds can never comprehend his divinity, his compassion. It is nature of our mind that we often overestimate our own capabilities and abilities, and many a times we underestimate his authority and his powers. When he says, the moment you get my darshana, all your previous sins are forgiven, we have to accept it as the ultimate truth. And it has been scientifically proved. Once in Whitefield, I was sitting for darshan in the first row with the bhajan group. Volunteer Mr. Krishnan, he came and requested us to make a space for one gentleman who was accompanying him. He was a foreigner. little short person with very good personality. And we all moved 2 inches left and right to make a space for him to sit in the first row. So he was sitting next to me. I didn't know him, of course. When Swami came for darshan, Swami spoke to him and asked him to go for an interview. I got a chance to have a beautiful Pad Namaskar, that's it. Never seen him before. Next day evening, we all were waiting for Swami's darshan, and it was announced that all should go to the Kalyan Mandapam. There is a special meeting. So we all rushed. And what I find, the gentleman who was sitting next to me previous day, he was on the dais along with Mr. Kasturi, Dr. Bhagavantam, and Swami himself. And Mr. Kasturi ji introduced him as one of the greatest scientists from Russia who had invented a camera which can take photographs of any person, and the camera would show the aura of that person at that point in time. And he had developed a science to interpret those auras, human auras, magnetic powers, in different emotions in that person at that point in time. Mr. Kasturi told us that this gentleman had come from Russia. He had photographed all the top leadership of the world, including all political and spiritual and religious leaders. But he was not satisfied with aura of any person. Everybody he found had some tinge of selfishness, arrogance, ego. Some have jealousy, some have that envy, the revenge, all negative things in them in different degrees. So ultimately he was advised to come to India because that was the only place where he could find a pure soul, a high evolved soul. So he went to Himalayas. He was directed to go to Himalayas, and he mentioned himself later on in his speech that he went to all the ashrams and all the mutts and everywhere. He mentioned the names also, which I need not. He repeated, he said, I found every top leadership of every religious or so-called spiritual organization to have some tinge of selfishness, arrogance, or at least the desire to promote their philosophies. So I was dissatisfied. If I cannot find a pure, elevated soul in India, where else could I find it? So when he was going back, he happened to meet Dr. S. Bhagavantam, who was advisor to Ministry of Defense of India at that point in time. And they had just a casual chat at the airport. Dr. Bhagavantam told him, as such you have come and you have seen all the places. I will not force you on anything, but I suggest as a scientist that before leaving this country and going disappointed, you better visit Whitefield once and have a look at Satya Sai Baba. I will not elaborate further. As a scientist, I must not. So this gentleman, he himself narrated this. He said, when I came yesterday morning and I was sitting for darshan, I didn't bring my camera first. I was just empty-handed, and I have developed the knack of looking at the aura of personalities without using any camera. I have trained many of my students from all over the world in this science. And he said, I am putting my own scientific reputation at risk when I announce this, that when Swami came for darshan, the aura of infinite, pure, selfless love. The pink and golden rays emanated from his body, and it went to each and everyone sitting for darshan. And I saw the people we all were sitting for darshan had all the negative black auras around us, and Swami's energy was as if giving us a bath. He was giving us a wash, cleaning our souls by his darshan. And his rays was beyond the campus of this big hall. So next day morning, that is today morning, I got my camera and I came for morning Nagar Sankirtan darshan from the balcony. Swami appeared in the balcony. The students were singing bhajans. I clicked the photographs. I have those photographs with me. No camera can capture the intensity and the scope of these rays emanating from this supreme divine being. And he said, I have spoken in front of all the top dignitaries of the world over, even Queen Elizabeth and presidents and Pope and everyone. But today when I am standing here in front of Swami, my whole body is shaking. You can have his darshan because you do not know the power of his darshan. He is hiding his powers from you. He is not exhibiting his powers. He is actually hiding his powers from all of us so that we could enjoy his proximity. Certain things are beyond domain of our human mind. We must accept this with all humility. We should never make mistake of underestimating the supreme universal authority of this 5 feet 3 inch God. He is not gone into any samadhi, believe me. I will narrate an incident in my next talk whereby he himself told me that this form, pointing to himself, even this form is immortal. Jai Sai Ram.